Hi everyone, this is Jasmine. I'm super excited as I'm launching my first video today on how to style your space. It's going to be called Design Plugin, and here we are today talking about 5 effective and budget-friendly ways to set up your home this Diwali. So let's dive in. First impression is the last impression you say. And since it's Diwali, let's just set up a tone for the entrance of the house and make it look stunning, because this is definitely going to create an impact on your guests when you arrive. First and foremost, let's create a backdrop of these genda flowers, which are very simple and effective way to use. It creates volume and gives it a certain character. If you have a little more empty corner and the adjacent side of your main door, what you could do is fill it up with a little pocket of green, like I've done here in layers. You could elevate it with a metallic base and create a glass mirror thal with floating diyas or candles there. This is so beautiful, very festive and very welcoming. Small design but great impact. The second step and the other important part here is how to set up your cushions on the sofa. For this, we're going to start by showing you that we have this entire sofa that's clean as a canvas right now to play with. First and foremost, we're going to start with a beautiful, it's a woven throw, and I'm going to use it on the back of the sofa. Then I'm going to layer it by adding these solid cushions in red for acting it as a backdrop on the two ends. As we go along, you'll see that there are different layers, different textures and different prints mixed together. The center is going to be a little different. I'm just going to add some lumber pillows, play with mother of pearl hand embroidered bota on beautiful linen texture, and again yellow, which is a pop of color. Next is the dining table setup, which is one of the key elements while entertaining. Since I have a glass tabletop, I'm going to layer it with a beautiful tablecloth, or you can use any old sari or beautiful silk runner that you may have. What we've done is give it definition to the plates by using these bota ladis around that, giving a color. You've also thrown across fresh mogra ladis on the table to give that aroma. Third most important thing is that you use something in the center, which is your focal point. We've used a candle in a hurricane vase, and it's an auspicious element as well. Fourth thing that I would suggest is, as props, what we typically do is use tea lights or candles, but in this case I'm going to use these stuffed elephants which I picked up from Rajasthan, and they're beautiful and traditional because they add that pop of color, and yet it gives that special touch that you want to bring in your own home. The fourth is vignette dressing. There are certain corners in the house which are lifeless and dull because we haven't paid attention to them. So let's look at this. This is a classic example of a dead corner right at the entrance of the house. So what we did was we put a whole lot of candles in a glass box and accentuated it with beautiful colors in bota ladi. Next, what we did was added a mirror behind, and the light is reflecting through it and it's creating more dimension and more light in the corner. Third, we gave it a little bit of a contemporary touch by adding a pink bougainvillea in a metallic vase. Last but not the least, we're going to focus on the bathroom, which is actually one of the most unattended areas of the house. Since it's a traditional setup, we decided to do away with a mirrored tray. Instead, we're using this wooden base, which is traditionally called a patla. Of course, the candles are a win-win and a no-brainer. Just light up the whole place. A little bit of metallic touch with flowers and this white base to lift up the color on the patla is a lovely example to match with the countertop. Another very interesting element here which I wanted to show is, since the soap dispenser is not matching with any of the accessories, what I've done is found a metallic bowl and just embedded that inside. So everything ties together, and do not be afraid to mix metals when you're using a decor setup like this.